Gosh, I thought I was always really good with computers, but technology recently, there's so many different things and all these different platforms that I'm still trying to figure it out. So I was trying to invite people and then I lost my live. And I'm just hoping that YouTube sends out a notice. I'll try it here. And then if that doesn't work, I'm going to go over to TikTok and do a live there. All right. So if you're on a GLP-1 journey, maybe you're on Manjaro. This is my 10 milligram box. I used 10 milligrams for 10 months. Isn't that funny? For 10 months, I lost consistently like 6 pounds to 10 pounds a month. And I'm a super responder. And not everybody is. A lot of my friends are not. So I don't know how I hit the jackpot on that one. But I'm going to tell you some things that I did and wondering if those can be reasons why. I currently titrated down to a 7.5 and I just put in my refill and I'm waiting for the refill to come through. What I like to do is to always order a week ahead. So every 3 weeks, put in an order. And then after 4 months, you end up with an extra box. And since I was on 10 milligram for so long, this box hasn't even been open. And I think this box too. Let me see. So I will keep those because you just never know, like, what if something happens? I've been on maintenance. Let's see, I have 2 pins in this one. So, yeah, I've only been on maintenance, for 6 weeks now. So in September, I started spacing out my injections until I could get into the doctor to ask to titrate down. And, once I titrated, once I got in there, I titrated down. I started my new dose in October or November. Oh, goodness. I should have my calendar out for this. So I usually keep it updated in my Instagram stories. So yeah, so I think I'm like at 6 weeks. Like this is my 6 week um because I've gone through one box of 7.5 and oh yeah, and I have two gone and two left. So I'm on Thursday. Last Thursday was my 6th week starting, and so I'm starting the 6th week, or I've started the 6th week. This coming Thursday, I will complete the 6th week of maintenance. Oh, thank you. Wow, I'm surprised because, like, so here's the thing. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Um, I have to keep my hair. I've always, for the longest time, have to keep my hair kind of short because my hair's not real. I don't have a lot of hair. It's always been kind of thin, even as a kid. I remember having longer hair as a kid, and I just like to try to keep layers. I usually do kind of a bob or an A line um, from my hairstylist, and I should have washed my hair first today, but good old dry shampoo really helps. So I'm coming to you from Bakersfield, California, which is Central California. Tell me where you guys are from. Okay, okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then she highlights my hair. And actually, I guess I have so much, I'm 55 years old, and I guess I have so much now gray hair that it eventually, like even as it grows out, the color fades and it creates its own highlights too. And oh, yay, from Tennessee. All right, so I wanted to get on here because I've had a lot of questions on how have I lost 160 pounds? What are the things that I do? Yay, London. Oh my gosh, yes. I thank you guys. Gwendolyn, where are you coming from? Where are you at? What part of the country? And oh my gosh, London, I just love it. Okay, so and I just saw that the in Paris, the Champs Elysees is they just renovated it. They put lights on the front. Wow, Wendell, you're from Tennessee too. Wow, to Dustin's from Tennessee. I have another friend in Tennessee. I have a couple friends over there. How awesome. So I wanted to quickly share before I lose you and your attention. What do I do? What are my routines and what I've done? Especially since I started Manjaro in August of 2023. So I've been on Manjaro for um, 16 months and I've lost 120 pounds with Manjaro and 45 pounds before taking Manjaro. So, oops, lost an AirPod. Okay, so let's see. All right, so we removed one of our little stalkers there that was not making nice comments, a little risky there. Okay, so some of the things that I have done, thank you, Dustin, is to take an enzyme, a digestive enzyme every morning. And my first enzyme of choice is Arbonne Green Synergy Elixir. Now, I'm not showing you this to sell it. I kept a wholesale account for 4 years because I use this product on my own, just for my own benefit. I'm not a big person that's into like sales and things. I like to share the products that I like. Oh, awesome. Um, which one is she is she on Manjaro, or is she on are you talking about the green elixir? So every morning on an empty stomach, I drink, and I don't like to drink a lot of it. Some people make a big glass, but I just take a little wine glass and I fill up the water about halfway because whenever you're mixing it, oh, awesome. So, one thing I like about the green elixir is that so 4 years ago when I started using this, I used just the gut health. And I noticed it's a little bit cheaper just to buy Arbonne gut health. Um, and it didn't taste as good. So, I would always mix a packet of the fizz. So I'd mix a box of the fizz. Cherry is a limited flavor. Apparently, it was out because I remember it being out a couple years ago, and then it goes away. And I snagged a box. I should order another one because I heard that they were sold out, and now they're restocked for a little bit. They come out of Utah. Arbonne, the company ships out of Utah, and I really do like the cherry. But I like a lot of the other flavors too. So follow me. Oh, is my thing following me? Okay. I have a gimbal that has like a little face tracker, and sometimes guess what I did? I did not read the manual to know how to operate it. Okay. So I keep my Arbonne. Currently, I'm just keeping over here. And the flavors that I like to put in my water every day, so I have a couple different ones, and they are blackberry. And again, I'm not doing this. I'm just showing you what I'm showing you, what I use. I'm not trying to sell this to you. Watermelon, pomegranate, and then I have cherry. So right now I have four flavors. But if I only had one flavor, I would probably get the pomegranate, or I mean, I like the watermelon. I remember watermelon came out whenever the song, um, Watermelon Sugar High, remember the summer song? Blackberry is good too. So, what do I do? Every morning I get a half a glass of water and I take a packet of the green synergy elixir. Oh, and then Gwendolyn, what I was going to tell you. So, what's nice about this one is, especially for people who are on a GLP-1, I don't have a gallbladder. And I never noticed that it affected me, but I know people always told me, don't eat fried foods. Well, if you're on a GLP-1, you don't want to eat fried foods either because it's going to give you a stomach upset. We want to kind of get away from those anyway. So I use an air fryer to fry my chicken. I like to marinate chicken thighs with seasonings, and then I put them in the air fryer and it gets it nice and crispy. And you know what? I even eat the top skin, the crispy top skin. I think it is amazing. And people, oh, the watermelon too. Awesome. Oh my gosh, you have to tell your mom hi for me. Um, and people try to scare us with the fat from meat, but it is actually not bad for us. Like tallow is a good thing for us. So it helps reduce bloating, it supports gut health, and it boosts your skin radiance because it has the hydroxy. acid in it. It has phytonutrients, blends of fruits and vegetables. So it has a lot of good things. And that's why it's a little bit pricier than just the regular gut health. And I'm gonna, there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what does this look like. Um, and when I don't use Arbonne or I'm out of it, then on Amazon, I ordered the Kayala greens and I have watermelon in that one too. Um, so I think right now this one is close to $40, but if you snag it during like Prime Days or like we just had Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they were down to like I think it was like on sale for $27, $37, something like that. It was quite a bit cheaper. And I might have even gotten this one down to like $30 whenever I bought it. So thank you, Dustin. And so, watermelon, and then some people like Miami, I don't know if it's called Miami Vice. I haven't tried that one. I think I'm gonna order it. And so what I do is if I don't have the Arbonne, then I've been using this recently, but this one does have more benefits. It has a true digestive enzyme that is healing your gut. Now the Kayala greens does talk about like how it gives you, and this has clean energy. Energy helps with digestion, immunity, and bloating. So it does a lot of these good things. Oh, wow. So Kayala, I get them on Amazon. Um, I have a seller's account for the Arbonne, so I buy directly from Arbonne, and I only pay like $40 a year, 35 to 45, somewhere around there, one time a year, and I get to keep a seller's account, which gives me a deeper discount, much better. Like you never want to pay full price. They even have like a preferred customer where discount, and that's cheaper too. So I think like if you want to do a seller's account, I believe it's only like $90 a year, and then to renew is only 35 to $45. I forget the amounts. And I feel like that has been a really a good money saver to do it that way than to just buy direct, from one of us who has an account. So yeah, yeah. Um, but I maybe some people sell this on on Amazon. I'm not for sure, but yeah, there's a couple different ones. So what I do is I like to make it quick and easy. I cut the top and I get the cup here, pour it in. One thing I like about this newer one with the green elixir, Synergy elixir, is that it has a better taste than the old just plain gut health. But if you have the other one and you're saving some money, then it's good to add a packet of fizz into this because it helps with that flavor. Because it can be a little tart sometimes, and I think it takes a while for people to get used to it. So you can see that the powder right there on top. Let's see if I can get my oops, sorry. I always forget. It's like opposite of what I want it to do. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna take this one's from Skinny Mixes. It's not as fast as my Devotion Nutrition, so I have to be real careful whenever I do this with my other frother, which I like to use for the foam for my Profi. So hopefully, if you guys are hanging out with me, just hanging out with Pammy. Well, I'll go by Pammy. I love. I'm usually in pajamas. I'm like Pammy in pajamas. I've been buying a lot of different pajamas for Christmas for this whole month, and I even work out in them and I post videos wearing my pajamas. And because I think they're fun. I just think, hey, let's have fun in life. And they're comfortable. And especially now that I've lost 160 pounds, now I've been in maintenance. So once I got to 153, I lost 160 pounds. And in this last couple weeks of maintenance, like the last 2 weeks, I actually lost weight. I lost weight during Thanksgiving week, and and I always go up and down between 1 and 3 pounds. This morning, or yesterday, I weighed 150 exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Gwendolyn. And today I weighed 149.4. So I think it's amazing. I have not seen the 140s since probably freshman year in high school. So there's our greens. So if anybody has greens, woo, I think it's best to drink this on an empty stomach. And if you don't, yeah, that's okay. So try this out. Cheers. Now 24 years ago, I had gastric bypass, so I can't eat or drink a lot at one time. And so what I'm doing is I'll start drinking my greens and then I start making my coffee every morning. Not even it doesn't even matter if it's on the weekend. I will drink it every morning and I make coffee every morning. And guess what? I used to spend hundreds of dollars at Starbucks every day. You guys know which one I'm talking about. And I'm saving so much more money now that I'm not going to Starbucks. And I'm telling you, I actually like would put it into my budget to spend at least probably $200, $300 a month on Starbucks. And it made me sick. I became insulin resistant and I was right on the threshold of becoming diabetic. Um, so do I have to stay away from certain foods? So I feel like it's been best to stay away from fried foods. I can feel like a stomach ache if I eat fried foods. And funny thing, my husband likes to go get the sausage egg McMuffins at Mickey D's. And if I eat one, even if I eat half, that one gives me a stomach ache. Um, so maybe the oil, those fried oils. I try to stay with the better oils, the healthier oils, like olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. And I don't know what Mickey D's uses, but that has been something that will make me go to the bathroom. Like I'll have to go. And the other thing is just for I feel like what's worked for me, and a lot of people on GLP-1s do not restrict from breads, but I've been really good about just eliminating a lot of bread in my diet and finding alternatives. So I will allow myself now that like, I would say probably after about 6 months or 4 to 6 months, I guess you'd say, like, once a week, or once every 2 weeks, probably, like, once a week, I would go to In-N-Out here in California. I don't know if you guys have an In-N-Out where you live. Some people, like, from Texas on will go to Whataburger. I like In-N-Out because it's like it's a better if I had to be traveling and I needed something that or we're in a hurry, we need something to eat, um, it's a very, what do I wanna say? It seems like a higher quality of a fast food, and so it feels like real food, and the prices are great. So I stay away from as much as I can, sugars, carbohydrate, complex, not complex, simple sugars, simple carbohydrates, because I had gastric bypass, I already would have like a dumping syndrome if I had too much sugar. I also became lactose intolerant after gastric bypass. But the funny thing is, every once in a while, it doesn't affect me, like the lactose. Now, sometimes, like if I'm at a coffee shop, I'll ask for oat milk, coconut milk, or almond milk, and that doesn't upset my stomach. Um, and now, if I make my coffee at home, I use protein drinks. So, and I'll make a protein drink here in a minute. But I started off years and years of using Premier, and Premier does have a inflammatory oil like sunflower, and so I try to avoid that as much as I can, but it has good flavors and I don't knock it. I mean, there's a lot of my friends who like oh what Gwendolyn, what I miss? What do you sorry about? Maybe when it upsets your stomach, perhaps. So I have the protein drink Nuri. I get this at Costco. Costco has a lot of low carb foods now, so it's so much easier to eat better. Fairlife, 30 grams of protein. I mix probably about a half into my coffee every day. And if Costco's out of this one, then they usually will have the core power, which is only 26 grams of protein and I like to froth them up and put those into my coffee. Now, I have become a coffee snob, and after a trip to Joshua Tree, California, I found this coffee shop. Oh, love the smell. When I was a kid, I used to always like open up my mom's Folgers coffee and just smell the coffee. I love it. From the store. Oh, yeah. Yeah, from the store, protein drinks. So, you can get Fairlife at Walmart and any grocery store. And you can get them in this version, and vanilla, which, let's see. There we go. Okay. All right, so vanilla, I have to go to Walmart to get the vanilla because they don't seem to have this at Costco. And I did go ahead and buy a Premier birthday cake because this brand doesn't have this one and I wanted to try it out. They also have like a salted caramel, pumpkin. They have seasonal flavors. Right now, they have peppermint chocolate. So, you know what? I feel like every once in a while, everything in moderation is not going to kill you, right? So, if we just have a little bit if you're not worried about inflammatories, I have to worry about inflammation because of arthritis in my knees, and the Manjaro has really reduced the inflammation. And so I don't want to put other things in there that can cause inflammation. So yeah, Premier, you can get that at a lot of stores. And Fairlife is becoming more available. And if you can't find the protein, I think Tennessee the stores in Tennessee have that, and I'm pretty sure you guys have a Wally Mart, right? Because Walmart comes out of Arkansas, so I'm pretty sure they're still big in Tennessee too. So yeah, regular stores, you don't have to worry about the Costco's, right? I think maybe you might do you go to Sam's Club? Because I think Sam's Club for Walmart has them as well. All right, so this is what I put into my coffee every morning, and if you don't, like to make your own coffee, then that's okay. I started off with using K-Cups. I have a Keurig over here, so, whenever I am visiting my, daughter, she has a Keurig. Oh, I know, and you know what? We don't have a Publix. I love hearing about all the different stores that you guys have, is it gas station? Everybody talks about, Buc-ee's. What is Buc-ee's? Is Buc-ee's like a gas station? Like, it's supposed to be like a gas station. Everybody's like, "Here's my Buc-ee's cup," and they put their coffee in it, and then they add their protein, and I'm like, "Oh, I just need to go on a trip to the Midwest and check out things." So let me know, but Publix, is it kinda like a Vons or so here we have, Winco, which is not in other states. Winco stands for it's a huge gas station for traveling. Oh, okay, so our gas stations are either Love's or Pilot, and, Love's is maybe a little bit higher level than Pilot, and, I'm hearing that Buc-ee's sounds like it's very nice, and, so I gotta go check one of those out. It's awesome. Oh, lucky. Okay, then K-Cups. So if you have a Keurig for your coffee maker, I have Pete's Coffee. I always keep it on hand because you never know when you're going to use your Keurig. But since I really like a strong coffee, and that's probably because of the years of the Starbucks that I would drink, I now do a French press. This is my second French press in the last ooh, maybe 20 years. I feel like I had a French press. I kept it up in the cupboard for a long time, didn't use it, and now I like it again. And so I have a coffee grinder that I bought at Starbucks. And one thing I did notice is that Walmart has Drew Barrymore's, is it called Bee? Beautiful brand. They have a coffee maker that has a built-in coffee grounder into it, and then you don't and then, it's kinda like a Keurig, but you can put the coffee grounds in there instead of the cups. So, I am kinda thinking about getting that too because I like to have a variety of different coffee, equipment. So, what I do I put 2 scoops of whole coffee, beans. I'm gonna show you my new other fascination, which is Drag Up Coffee out of Texas. Drag Up Coffee has a lot of flavors. So this one's Joshua Tree coffee. Wonderful, wonderful. If you like, I like to get it's called First Roast. That's my favorite flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get this coffee ground. And I don't know if I can flip my camera while I'm on live or not. Yeah, it looks like I can. Let me try that. Okay. So here is. the coffee bean grinder. Sorry for the noise. And I didn't think about it, but I should like be playing some Christmas music in the background or something that's kind of exciting. So we're gonna take the coffee grounds, make our French press, and just pour that in. I sound like a barista. And then I have this water kettle right here. And there's even some cuter ones over at Walmart too. And so one day I might just get a cuter water kettle. So look at that. All right. So then we're going to fill it up about halfway. So is also dependent on like how strong do you like your coffee. So Gwendolyn, do you like coffee or does your mom like coffee? Who all out there likes coffee? And what I do is I flick the beans or um, I stir them up and I'm going to let them steep a little bit because I want to get the most intense flavor. But here's something I'm going to show you. I also do drag up coffee and I make them into a cold brew. And in the cold brew, sorry, I'm walking away from the camera, but I'm going to show you my basket of drag up and I have another order with his December flavors on the way. So let's see. Yeah, I sometimes drink it, but me and my mom love coffee. Oh, I love that. Yes, with the protein powder. So some other protein powders that I just started getting. Do you guys have a Target close to where you live? So, and I just happened to notice, but you can buy these on Amazon, Clean Simple Eats, and they have pretty cool flavors that I added to my coffee too. Okay. $28 for a box at Target. And I happened to buy 3 different boxes, and then since I've been using them, I end up combining them into 1 box, and, I had bought a box of the chocolate brownie butter or brownie batter, so that's the chocolate, and I have the white chocolate peppermint, and then I had vanilla, but I've been using the vanilla, so I don't have any more vanilla. And you know what I do? Even when I use these, the already mixed, I still add this to it too because I want to try to get as much protein as possible because I've learned that protein really helps you to lose weight and it helps you to stay full. Um, and I don't think a lot of us have ever realized how important having protein is. So wherever I can add protein, I will add the powder to even to the already mixed protein. So that's all I'll do right now. I'm going to go ahead and take a metal cup, but you can use whatever cup you have. I just have had that one for a long time because um, I I think I got that whenever I had an espresso maker. So like when we first, um, I don't remember how that was in the early 2000s, probably. Um, I'm 55 years old. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake up the vanilla for Power Fairlife, and it even comes in like regular milk, but you want to get something that has more protein, especially if you're on a GLP-1 or any type of weight loss transformation. So we're gonna go ahead and And let's see. Oh, I was going to show you. I would say that's probably about half of this container. And I'm going to go ahead and let's add since it's Christmas time, white chocolate peppermint, clean, simple eats. And I have a friend who has a lot of food allergies, and this does not have the things that she's allergic to. And because it's called clean, simple eats, they try really hard not to put ingredients that people can be allergic to. It's grass-fed whey protein isolate, prebiotic, isomalto, non-fat, dry milk, coconut creamer. Now this one, oh, and monk fruit is in there. This one does have a sunflower lecithin. stevia leaf extract. So the sunflower can lead, it's towards the end, so it's not as much. Whatever's in the beginning part of your package, it has the most in your package. So not too bad. Clean Simple Eats is trying really hard. Oh, they have digestive enzymes too. 20 grams of protein, digestive enzymes, 100% grass-fed whey, no artificial flavorings, soy-free, 120 calories for a full packet. And I usually just use half a packet at a time if I'm going to add it to an already made creamer or protein to make my creamer. So that's what I sometimes use, especially because of the different flavors that they have. Okay. So I'm going to use another protein that I love. Now, I have not um, used these proteins into my drinks, but you know what? I saw a video on making a hot chocolate with Devotion Nutrition. Now, Devotion Nutrition you can buy on TikTok. Certain people, you got to make sure they're the right people, or directly from their website. I think is always the best thing to do. I have a gingerbread. I'm going to make a chaffle with this today. Gingerbread protein. It's also a protein powder, and I like to get a box with a variety of all the different flavors. And let's see, does this one show you? Yeah, so you can get brownie. Let's see. So you can get angel food cake. So if you want to bake something, if you're, missing, since like I was mentioning, I don't eat a lot of yes, Target sells it. Big bags. Oh, yeah. I just get leery. I have so many bags of protein powder. I even have like bags of my Arbonne protein powder. I also love the Suzanne Summers Gut Renew, and I would make smoothies out of that sometimes. Right now, I kind of been leaning more towards an intermittent fasting, so I haven't had my protein in the morning, but I like to mix it up sometimes. And so I like to have all the different varieties, whether the protein's going in my coffee or if using a smoothie out of it or making overnight oats. And so on the overnight oats, I like to use this either the salted caramel mocha or the Java chip. Like I love this gingy. And we find it. So this one you can make bagels out of it. You can make little cakes. You can make mud cakes. And the buttery blend, we were making cornbread muffins out of this. Really good, tasty. So it's a better substitute for having the processed wheat. Sinful cinnamon is an oh this is what I like to put in my oatmeal. Sinful cinnamon, delicious. Just put like a half of a packet in whole oats, add a scoop of chia seeds, and if you have flax seeds. So at first I didn't have chia seeds, so just had my oats and this, and put a little bit of water to mix it up, and then you could add the protein drink in there, or you could do that instead of the water. Um, I need to buy some flax seeds, but I did buy chia seeds. We have a store called Grocery Outlet Farmers Market, and so you can get some things pretty cheap. Let's see, what do we have here? But oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Gwendolyn. I appreciated that you were here. Thank you for being here. It was nice talking to you. Yes, tell your mom. So, yeah, so I get the Devotion Nutrition. This is the Mocha Java chip. This one's good too. And oatmeal, or this would be good for a hot chocolate or to put in your coffee. So as you can see, after some time, like in the beginning, it's expensive to buy all this stuff, right? So just buy one thing at a time, and then I've been on this journey for 2 years now in total. For 7 months, I just walked and ate low carb, and I lost 45 pounds. And I had gastric bypass 24 years ago, so I still have a smaller stomach, and I believe that because I was pretty good about changing my lifestyle and the way that I ate, and I wasn't sitting down and just eating snacks and watching TV, that's how I was able to lose those 45 pounds. So, drag up coffee. I've got gingerbread latte, and these smell so yummy, yummy. Log, I love the little stickers that are on there. Salted caramel, and I have this in decaf and regular, and pumpkin AF, you know what AF stands for? That one's, and then caramel rum crunch. And then I have some new flavors for December coming, which one of them is called Christmas Tree. And I think that one's like a cinnamon dolce type of like a cinnamon dolce. Why is it not moving? Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out this gimbal. Okay. It's like a cinnamon flavor. And so that's going to be here any day. So I'm looking forward to getting that. And if you're making an iced coffee, get one of these things on Amazon. I need to figure out how to link an Amazon list, Amazon links on my YouTube. So this had a filter that goes down the middle, and you put the coffee grounds and you let the water steep in it. Where did it go? Um, and then it creates this cold brew coffee. You take out the filter with the coffee grounds. Here it is. So this metal filter thing goes down the middle. You open this top part out, and it seeps into the water so that you get your coffee flavor. And this is good, especially if you like iced coffees. And I like to make an iced coffee in the evening when I get home from work, instead of grabbing for what I would used to um, eat cookies and chocolate and some of the bad stuff. I will make an iced coffee. So I'll make an iced cold brew coffee with one of the proteins. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up this protein. What I like about the Devotion mixer or frother is it has two speeds. Okay, so I'm going to put it on speed two. And if I wanted to, now this already has the white chocolate peppermint to help flavor it up. But I also like Jordan Skinny Mixes. And if I want to change up or add different flavors, give it like a layered effect, then I will stop it. Oh, I was on speed number one. So, so this is instead of using whipped cream, you don't even need whipped cream whenever you're doing this. Okay. So now, if I wanted to add, and I'll just go ahead and do that today, we're just going to be a little extra. Um, we're going to go over here and use a pump. Let's try the toasted marshmallow. So toasted marshmallow, I'm going to put three pumps. One, two, three. I have a whole variety over here of different ones. I have sugar cookie, peppermint mocha. Um, so guys, I weigh 150. I'm actually today 149, and I wear a size small. Sometimes I wear a size medium. Most of the time I just get a medium because so you never know how things are going to fit, and I buy a lot of stuff online. So I'll have mediums usually. So my sweats and things like that are now mediums, where I used to wear a 3X. I used to wear a size 26, 28 in my pants and a 22, 24 in the tops. This is a Cozy Earth shirt, so soft, and so I am not getting rid of this. So I will just have a baggy shirt. This one I think is probably a large or extra large because I bought it a long time ago. Well, not I shouldn't say a long time ago. I bought it over a year ago, just a little bit over a year. So this one, oh, I think it says large. Okay, so what we're gonna do, the coffee has been steeping, brewing, and we're gonna go ahead and filter this down so that oh, it's in the sink. Another thing I need to do is to clean my dishes. Do you guys ever watch cleaning? Do anybody ever watch cleaning videos, and does it like relax you whenever you do that? Curious. Hey Lisa, what part of the country are you from? Are you from Tennessee? I had two people from Tennessee on here, and we were talking about Buc-ee's because we don't have a Buc-ee's in California. Um, I'm in Central California in a town called Bakersfield. Okay, so I just pressed down the French press, and I'm going to take a coffee cup, sounds like Starbucks, and I'm going to go ahead and add about half of a cup of the coffee. And we're going to put in the foam. Now, one thing you can also do is, especially if you're on GLP-1, you might be getting those leg cramps or constipation, is add a little bit of the element, which is a salty electrolyte, to the top of your coffee. Okay, see if it's too hot to drink. Mm. Oh, that is so, so yummy. And a lot of people, like, especially if you're in Tennessee or another state. Oh, Michigan. Oh gosh, how cold is it in Michigan today? Here in Bakersfield in Central California, so we're 2 hours north of Los Angeles. It was 43 degrees this morning, and I went for a walk because I committed to walk today with, a TikTok live, master badassery with my friend Sherry and friend, Beth, and all of her followers, and it was cold, so I had leggings with, um a lining, and then and it's windy. Okay, so my friend in Oklahoma today said that it was windy where she was too, but she had in Oklahoma, it was 43, just like Bakersfield, but I had no wind and she had wind. So she was walking and her face was red from the wind. So 38 and windy, gosh, it's cold. I bet, do you guys even go outside whenever it's that cold? Like, or you guys get used to it? Or you like bundle up with a lot of different layers and coats and stuff? Like, I know that people don't know how to drive, especially in California. If we had snow, nobody would know how to drive. Mm. So hopefully you're having do you like coffee, Lisa? So if you don't like coffee, I know we need to get at least, like around 72 ounces of water a day. I got this new Miyoki cup on TikTok shop. Oh, you did. Wow, that's amazing, Lisa. That I'm so proud of you. I don't know if I could do that. Wow. To be able to walk at that temperature in the woods, I love it. And I bet you it was so relaxing. Like, I feel like that's a great way to meditate or like relax, kind of decompress, de-stress. And I think sometimes you get like this euphoric feeling. It's really great for your mental health. I love going for a walk. And if I had somebody to watch the dogs today, I would be over at my daughter's house at the coast, and I'd be walking along the cliffs above the ocean. Love that. So, so I just got this on TikTok Shop, Miyoki, and before this, I was using a Brewmate Era because of the no spill. Before that, last year I was using Stanley, and I got tired of all the spilling from it spilling over. But on the Miyoki, you have to take out your straw to make it spill proof. The Brewmate Era has a straw. I even have a magnetic lid, and that one you turn the lid and it goes from unlocked or sip to lock, and I don't have to worry about spilling. So if you have your water, go get your water, have a drink with me. What I put in my water today was Orange Dreamsicle by Devotion Nutrition Hydroflex. It is a an electrolyte. Mm, I love this. It is, it's like it brings it up a notch as far as like the 50-50 Dreamsicle taste, but like a, a higher grade of that. And she has a variety pack with pina colada, fruit punch, and margarita. So these are nice flavors. I really like them. And one thing I need to do is restock my Arbonne Fizz. So I've been using Arbonne Fizz ever since COVID, and I have pomegranate right now. Pomegranate. This is a clean energy. It has ginseng and guarana. It's not like an energy where it's like an energy drink. It just gives you that little bit of extra energy, kind of like when you take your multivitamins and it has ginseng in it. But what I like about it too is it has this fizz when you add it to your water. So I gave up soda, and you miss sometime when you give up soda, you miss that fizziness. So I'm gonna add, let's see what I have in here. This is the tart cherry. So I'm gonna put a packet of tart cherry in here. I like to just kind of get everything restocked for the week. So that in the morning I'm in a hurry and I can just grab my packets. And every morning I start off by drinking my digestive greens. I already did one today, but this is my second one just to show everybody. I use either the Arbonne Green Synergy Elixir. I'm not here to sell people things. I'm just telling you what I like to use, um, and maybe how you can get it if you want. So this one also has a skin elixir component, and I really need help with my skin being 55, losing over 160 pounds. Makes your skin very loose. So I'm trying everything I can to try to tighten up the skin. So this helps with helping with gut health, cleaning that leaky gut, boosts your skin radiance, helps bloating, supports the gut health. So while I'm making my coffee, I always drink my green elixir, and then I make my water. So I'm out the door with 2 cups every morning, a thermos of my coffee, and right now I have the Christmas, and I really like to have Christmassy things. And so this is a swig cup. And so I'm out the door with these 2, they both have handles, and, I have coffee, and then I have my water. And so this is 40 ounces, and we should try to get to at least, like, 2 of these, a day, but your nutritionist can tell you best. I think the goal has been half of your goal weight in ounces. I always said if I had to do half of my body weight in ounces when I was 300 pounds, 150 ounces of water, I would never be able to drink that much. Maybe I think also the protein is half of your goal weight in grams. So like if your goal weight is 150, then that would be 75, 75 grams of protein. I try to aim for like 90 grams of protein to 100. I don't sit down and write everything down because I just feel like for me, and a lot of people like to write things down, I just have too much to do, and if I have to sit down and write one more thing down, I'm probably not gonna do it. So, I just kind of visually try to go, "Okay, let me try to get 30 grams with every meal that I'm eating," and then that way I have it covered. So, if everything has protein, every meal, it's been working for me. Now, if I had more protein, maybe I wouldn't have like as much muscle loss. So now what I've been doing is strength training. I do a lot of squats now. I can actually do jumping jacks again. So I haven't been able to do jumping jacks in years, and especially with having arthritis in my knee. So I'm just excited to be able to do that. Yesterday in the MOBA challenge that I joined, we did inchworms. And so you get down on the rug and you crawl forward and then you crawl back. And what I added a few extra little moves. So here I keep my little drink mixes. Um, and during the week they get all messed up, right? So you can have them all straight or all the same colors, like whatever it is that how you like to organize. I just have like a little separator. This is the home edit. And I just keep this over here on the counter next to my coffee pot. Okay. All right. So I have the chaffle over here warming up and it's waiting for me to make a protein chaffle. So come with me. We're going to make a chaffle with Devotion Nutrition and PB2 brownie mix. So I am going to get my mixing bowl real quick. All right, or just a glass bowl. And since I got a bigger bag, yes. Lisa, you're almost there. Yeah, 76. I think that's a decent protein goal. I love that. Oh my gosh. So yeah, my goal, my weight loss goal has changed along the way a little bit. So I'm doing a scoop of this is gingerbread devotion nutrition. It's a limited flavor for the season, and it has 20 grams of protein. And what I like about devotion nutrition, what I like about the protein powders is um you feel like you're eating bread again. And I gave up bread at the beginning of my journey 2 years ago because I just I lose weight easier without the breads and the simple carbs. And I would try to just have complex carbs and just very limited bread. So every once in a while, I'll have In-N-Out burgers and I'll eat the bun. Sometimes I'll take off the bun. Um, I've even now I don't even get the cheese on the burger. I just get a plain um, hamburger from In-N-Out, and I have them put mustard instead of their special sauce. And so my goal was 155, and I finally got to 155 in September of this year. And so then what I did, ooh, why is this thing moving? Oh, hello, Maria from Oklahoma. Yeah, we were just talking about Oklahoma. One of my friends, we were walking this morning and she was talking about it being windy. And so, yeah, is it still windy in Oklahoma? Um, so let's see, what was I saying? Um, well, let's see. So anyway, the protein, hate that whenever I forget. Sorry, guys, I was forgetting what I was talking about. Maybe you can remind me, Lisa, if you're still listening. So I did one scoop of Devotion Nutrition gingerbread, and then I think it was Walmart that yeah, Walmart had this PB2 brownie mix, and so I'm gonna take one scoop of the PB2 brownie mix. I didn't even know that there was brownie mix, but I follow a couple ladies on social media. So transforming Teresa Marie, and she makes a lot of dessert things. So I think it's just taking the sweets that we enjoy and making them into a more nutritious alternative. Um, and so that's how I brought in breads back into my diet, where I was very strict and had very little breads, very little, if at all, pasta. I don't even have rice anymore. Um, one, because I've had gastric bypass and it fills me up really fast. And oh yeah, thank you, Lisa. So my goal was 155. No. And September, I got to 155, and then I started spacing out my 10 milligram shot to instead of every 7 days. I heard some people were spacing it out to every 10 days. And so I started spacing it out to every 10 days because I was still losing, like, I was losing almost 10 pounds a month. And I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I should be going down any further." Like I don't have a lot of fat, like you melt from the top down. And as you can see, like you see a lot of like, I don't have a lot of fat anymore. And I used to have a really big neck. If you go onto my channel, or maybe if you haven't already, you can see like what I look like. I was 313. Sometimes I was 290. I would go up and down depending on what I was doing. I'm going to add some protein drink to this. And so my goal was 155. And then I've kind of like, I thought, okay, well, my range, I would love to be, I think in my head, I was always like, oh, it'd be nice to just be under 200. Right. And then I was like, oh, it'd be nice to be 160. And after gastric bypass, I was more like 160. and had a couple of days or weeks in the 150. So it was fun. Like, oh my gosh, actually got to 155. And then I was hanging out at 153 for the whole month of like the end of October all the way to November. Oh, it's cold. Oh, thank you, Maria. And so today I weighed 149 and I'm on 7.5. So I just took my sixth injection on maintenance, and I'm just keeping everything the same. All of my lifestyle changes. Oh, let me get the egg whites real quick. So we have Costco in our area, which has a lot of low carb stuff, and I'm really happy to see that Walmart's carrying a lot of low carb. Like Walmart's really elevated these days. They're doing a lot of good stuff. If you can find like better clothing than they used to have, like, maybe not in the store, I haven't really looked at the store, but so I'm doing egg whites, but if you sometimes I just crack an egg and put that in there, and I'm just gonna do, um, mm, I guess if I was measuring about, I don't know, a quarter of a teaspoon, you know, um it's just kind of a mixture. And so I bought the cookbook for Devotion Nutrition, and I bought the online cookbooks or the e-books for Teresa Marie. She's real big on social media. And then Tanya, Taking Your Life Back at 42. Do any of you guys follow them? Tanya Spanglow, she's in Oklahoma, Taking My Life Back at 42. Or do you follow Teresa Marie? She was 600 pounds before having gastric bypass. Tanya had gastric sleeve surgery, and they are now and have joined a group where they are ambassadors and they are leads to support groups that now I joined and attend. And here's another thing, guys. So you can still have some chocolate. There's a couple of different like healthier versions or a little less daunting or less carbs. One of them is Enjoy Life. So Enjoy Life, it's a semi-sweet mini. I got the mini chip this time, gluten-free, non-GMO. Oh, it says school safe, maybe because the allergies. Now, 1 tablespoon is 80 calories, and there's only 1 gram of protein. What are the carbs? Sugars are 7 grams of sugars. But there's a lot of things in here that it doesn't have a lot of allergies, so if people have allergies, this is good. Oh, okay. Um, the other one that a lot of people use is Lily's. I haven't even opened up this one. And no sugar added, 35% cacao, 60 calories, where this one was 80 calories. And this one only has 1 gram of sugar. So this would be your better choice. Okay. Oh, you have Lily's salted caramel? Oh, I didn't see the salted caramel in the store whenever I went. Um, so you know what? Let's open up the lilies. So because I'm curious, this is my first time buying lilies, and because I remember being on a low carb diet and following um one where they had you, if you're gonna have carbs, you ate it in the morning. And so they had recommended Enjoy Life. I'm just gonna do like a handful. Eek. Put that in a bowl. Oh, white chocolate. I've never been a fan of white chocolate, but I did the white chocolate peppermint mocha. And if it's in a chaffle, then I'd probably do it that way. But I was a chocoholic. Was my biggest. Those are my struggles is chocolate and milk chocolate. But I like dark chocolate and cacao. But yeah, milk chocolate, ooh, gotta I have to be careful whenever I smell any milk chocolate. And yeah, definitely GLP-1s help with the cravings and help with things, but I do go to support group now to kind of learn how to deal with food addictions and um, triggers. So for me, a trigger was sitting down on a recliner and watching a movie after work, um, eating while eating dinner while I was watching a movie. I would like catch up on soap operas. Um, Smells good. Kind of has like a buttery chocolate smell. And I think I'll make about 3 chaffles out of this. Now I have, funny thing is I actually have I thought I threw away one of my Dash waffle makers. Um, it's probably because I think I was mad at the time. I wasn't on a particular diet. And, I think I forgot to put this back in here. And it was getting messy because the oil, the butter, I would put butter on it, and, it got kinda, like, stained or something. These, the Dash waffle makers are pretty cheap. So I got one where you can buy different, metal plates and you could change the patterns. I got that at Target. We have a Target here and a Walmart. And, I'm sure and I noticed at Walmart, they actually have another brand too. So just to kinda make it easier since I used to just like, some days I get the butter and I try to, like, make the real butter because I know this is not good for us, but some never know. We just sometimes it's kinda hard to do everything good, right? Okay, so I'm gonna spray the dash. Let me see if I can get this down. What I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera around. Okay, and get the camera just right. Yes, I have. Like, I have a messy counter right now. Lots of olive oils. One thing I noticed being on GLP-1 is now I usually would only have a drink during the holidays. And last Christmas, let's see, I had been on a GLP-1 from August 2023. And for last Christmas, I was on a GLP-1 and it didn't make me feel very good being being on a GLP-1 and having alcohol. So I found out that other people experience the same thing. So I decided, you know what, we don't really need it, right? Um, I was having a hot toddy. Okay, see if you can see what I'm doing. You just put your dash on a plate because you get butter and stuff that spills over. I have the gingerbread man plate. Now it's cool. It's like a red glittery dash. And I was hoping, ooh, this is gonna be a big one. I was hoping that I could get a plate and, just switch out the plate because on my pumpkin one, I actually had a plate. Can you see? It's really cute. It's kinda like a glittery red, kinda has like a pinkish color. Alright, so hang on there. My tripod's gonna go nuts. And, do you guys have any questions? Um, let's see, Maria and Lisa, are either of you on a GLP-1 or had gastric bypass surgery? So you can see I have lots here. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but every morning, so 24 years ago, I had gastric bypass. And during my original gastric bypass, I had my gallbladder removed because I had gallstones. And they figured, hey, if you don't get your why is it doing that? If you don't get your bladder taken out now, you're going to end up needing to. Oh, Wegovy. Okay, one of my friends is getting ready to waiting for her doctor to submit for her to take one, and I think it's Wegovy actually, because on the semi-glutide side, we have Ozempic for diabetes, and we have Wegovy, right? 7 months, awesome. And so, how has your experience been for those 7 months? Oh, well, Lisa, you're okay. So you're like only 10 pounds away from your ultimate goal, right? I know you mentioned. let's see, goal weight of 150 to 155, and you're currently at 164. What did you start off at? Okay, you're on step. Oh, what is so 5 milligrams? What is that? Oh, Zepbound. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, so Zepbound is the exact same thing as Monjaro. It's a tirzepatide, and it is for obesity management rather than diabetes management. So for me, I guess you could say I was lucky enough that my A1C was 6.0, still technically considered pre-diabetic, but my doctor was like, "Oh, you like," she put me down as being type 2 diabetic. Oh, okay. Hey, that happens to me all the time too. I'm like, I feel bad whenever as soon as I hit sit, my autocorrect will change what I'm writing. I'm like, oh man. Um, so I was lucky enough that my A1C was 6.0 and my doctor put it down as to manage diabetes. And when I said, "Hey, can I try this Manjaro?" My daughter told me about it, her coworkers. Um, oh wow, my waffle's spilling over. I put way too much. Um, can I try it? And she sent my prescription into my pharmacy. I get my prescription at Costco, and I hate to even tell people in public, but my our insurance working as a teacher covers the prescription when it's for diabetes management. The insurance will approve it. And the first year that I was taking it, I had my regular copay, the $25 copay. And this year they stopped charging us a copay. But Costco pharmacy and our teacher's insurance has a contract that if you buy medication through them, and usually if it's generic, which it's not generic, they don't charge you a copay. Let's see. Great. Okay. So down 37 pounds since May, 52 down since a year ago. Oh, you're doing the Weight Watchers Clinic. Okay. So there's a person I follow on YouTube, and she's in the Weight Watchers Clinic too. Oh gosh, keto mom, ketosis mom. Is that her name? I think that's her handle name. I think it's called ketosis mom. And because she was on keto first, and then later went on, I think she's on Zepbound, maybe. She's had a couple other medications that interfere a lot. And yeah, so she mentioned Weight Watchers Clinic and how that all worked. Oh, and you were a lifetime member. Yeah. Well, I gained my weight after having the huge gastric bypass. I even have oh, awesome, the downsize. Okay, and then, yeah, so being that Lorraine has been on the Weight Watchers, and she's finally now a lifetime member. Oh my gosh, that's right. Now I remember seeing your name on there too. Yeah. Okay. So, funny thing, me and my mom would go on Weight Watchers, and when I remember gaining 5 pounds being on Weight Watchers. That was like the one place where I had a hard time with. I did Nutrisystem when I was in the second year of college, and I lost 75 pounds. Let's see, after Nutrisystem, a couple years later, I tried Jenny Craig. Maybe I lost, I don't know, 40 pounds or something like that. And, eventually weight came on, and I would gain more than what I had weighed before. And in 2000, so 24 years ago, I had gastric bypass. And after 5 years, I started becoming sedentary and I wasn't exercising like I had been. And I started eating a lot of Hershey Kisses, Chips Ahoy, Oreos, because you eat those and you don't fill up. It just like goes right through you. But if I would have ate protein first and had my chicken and meats and things, even egg, I, felt would have felt full and not ate these snacky things. So I think for me, that's why I will come home and make a protein coffee, even if it's an iced protein coffee. Usually in the afternoon, I'll do an iced one, and something so that, or I have some snacks made up or food already made up so that I'm not going towards the bad stuff because my husband doesn't like a lot of the diet stuff. And so he will still have things around. And, it's one of those things I just have to learn, like, what's my trigger and to stay away from them. So, Hershey Kisses being I love how they look, I love how they smell. And I just can't trust myself to have a bowl of Hershey Kisses out on the counter. Like, kinda that part's sad that I don't trust myself enough. I'm just gonna have a little pecan. Um, okay. And I hope it doesn't get noisy in the AirPods. So so just like how you're in the Weight Watchers clinic, I recently joined a support group called Pop Recovery Systems. I They had a discount thing going on, so I was paying $10 a month. In January, it's going to go to about 17. Yeah, protein goals is a game changer. Yeah, I agree. 40. Oh, okay, Maria. So 44 pounds. You started this year in May, and you were 185, and now you're 141. Wow. I would agree, right? GLP-1s have just changed my life. They've changed your lives. Um, they're giving our life back. Like, it is such a game changer. Like, wouldn't it have been awesome to have this before? So I felt like such a failure regaining weight after after gastric bypass. And I'm just so thankful that I've never even had heard of Ozempic um before my daughter told me about it. And then when she told me about Monjaro, and then I think it wasn't until the Oprah episode that I started actually starting to follow people on YouTube. I was just kind of like winging it on my own. My sister had been on I think she was on Monjaro or Ozempic, one of the two. And then her insurance stopped paying for it or approving it because her A1C for her type 2 diabetes went back into the clear range, and her doctor didn't submit it to support her, I guess, at the time. But then later she talked about like how her PCOS symptoms had gone away, her sleep apnea had gone away, and she started to regain. So she thankfully the doctor did some things with the insurance, like submitted, I think oh, I can't think of the word right now, like submitted for reapproval, and they approved it. I would have started, oh, distribution issues. Yeah, and I feel like now, all of a sudden, all the a lot of insurance companies are saying that they want you to try Wegovy first, trying the semaglutides instead of the tirzepatides. I know. I think that kind of, I mean, hate to say it, but it sucks that they are making us try certain things first. Um, because it seems I'm so happy whenever I see people who are successful with a semaglutide just because I've heard stories of so many people having, different complications or side effects, and maybe that's just them and, like, their bodies. My only side effect was constipation, but I I don't eat any fried things. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Was it? Okay. So do you guys follow Countess of Shopping by any chance? She was on the Oprah show, and I started watching her, and she was mentioning the different areas to inject. Um, oh, I know. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you ladies. I want everybody to feel so happy and get their life back, because it's been such a game changer for me. And like now, I feel like I can actually live longer. At 55 years old, I was walking around like I was in my 70s and not able to do a lot of things. And now I'm just like, ooh, I'm like bouncing around. I have energy. I'm doing all these physical things. I'm learning like what my body can do, and I'm building up stamina. I'm building up strength, and doing exercises and rebuilding that muscle. right? 'Cause, one of the things I was doing a lot of cardio. I started off with walking, and so walking, I feel like is so underrated that walking is so good for us. And even if you walk, some people at the beginning of the journey, like me, can only walk for 10 minutes. And if that's all you can do, just do it, right? Any kind of movement. I remember, was it Richard Simmons or somebody's just like, just get up and move. You do? Okay. So, Countess of Shopping, Elizabeth, she was mentioning, so I had talked to one of my friends who was diabetic, and they said to alternate on either side of their abdomen. And trying to get this thing to go down. So that's what I was doing probably for like the first month or for 6 months as back and forth. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe August, September, October, November, December, January. Yeah, I would say probably for the first 6 months, I'd go back and forth. And then she mentioned the back of the arms. And I don't know where I had heard, and it could have been heard, that they felt more suppression whenever they injected in the back of the arm and they had more weight loss. And it was kind of hard. I was not going to have, I didn't want to wait around for my husband to give me an injection. And I'm just an independent person on a lot of things. I don't want, like, like embarrassed that I have to, lose weight. I never like to talk about my weight before. And then I talk about it on YouTube. So I would take this. The first time was really awkward. I don't remember what I did, but I think I was trying to pinch the skin because I was scared, and I think we're all scared when we first try the back of the arm. And then I started noticing it really didn't hurt. Like, and yes, I'll get a bruise, I'll get a little bruise, but it goes away pretty fast. And so I don't know if you can see it because I think the words get in the way. And I have a baggy shirt on. But yeah, so um, you can either take your injection, and I do is I rest my arm right here on this side, and I just push up into the fat like this. Don't push up into the bone. I don't know, like close to the bone. I don't think it's gonna go all the way through right to the bone. I feel like you don't feel as much if you get all this like fatty or skin tissue, and then you have to take off the plunger, and then you unlock it, and then you swab, and then you're ready to inject. So that's one way I do it is from underneath, but another way I do it is I just reach back. I think this one's probably to me the easiest, probably I guess. Is I go like this, and then I push it in, and then I push the button, and so that's that side, and then I do kind of the same thing over here, and I clean it with a alcohol swab, and then make sure that it's in the fatty tissue. Don't want to go into the muscles. So that's why I think sometimes even in going like this is not as hard, right? I think you can just go like this, and it's like practicing without having the plunger off. I think is a good way to try to see like how can you put your arm. Look at that. So I could that would be a good spot going like that. Now, have any of you guys tried the legs? Because in the picture, it shows the top of the legs. Oh, goodness. Let's see right there. It shows the top of the legs. And I feel like that's the part where you have all your muscles. So whenever you inject there, I feel like it would hurt. Now, I think I did do that one time, and it felt weird, and I don't think I had very much suppression that time. Okay, so oh, you do thigh and stomach. So here's what I'm wondering, if we do the legs, 'cause I'm kind of curious. I'm like, maybe I should alternate because I go left, right, and left, right, or you it doesn't matter as long as it's always like a left and a right, whether it's arms or stomach. But since I had that one experience where I didn't feel like I had good appetite suppression, it was in my first, is it still in, like in my beginning part of my journey? Um, I didn't do it again. So I'm wondering, some people I've noticed, and I just thought they were doing it wrong, inject in the inner thigh and where there's still more fat. But the picture shows the top of the leg. So I'm always like, why is it the top of the leg? So can it be the side of the thigh? You mentioned the thigh. Is it the outside of your thigh or the inside of your thigh? And do you feel, and I notice everybody's different about this, but do you notice any differences between your location? and whether it's your left side of your body versus your right side of the body. So I noticed that the left side of my body seems to do better than the right side. Guess I better take out this waffle. Ugh, I feel like I've been talking. Pretty much in the middle of, okay, probably the middle of the thigh. Trying to think, I'm trying to picture whether that's the outside or the inside. I'm going to switch my, here's my towel. Pretty much in the middle of the thigh. Okay, so and Lisa, you're talking about the outer thigh, right? Like what I used to have thunder thighs, so the outside of the thigh, right? Not the inner thigh. Okay, I'm gonna switch this around. Pecans over here, but I ended up not using them. I'm using a gimbal that I bought on the TikTok shop. And I probably cooked this one a little too long talking, but it was like spilling over. Yeah, it's okay though. It's for me and I will eat it. The chocolate chips look kind of brown on there. Um, I'll make another one where you don't where it's not as dark. Let's see. But so this helps me to feel like I'm eating bread and it has protein. Oh, I get what you're saying. I want to eat. Mm. Oh, okay. The pin doesn't have a clicker, so you have to pinch the skin together and you have to push pressure on the skin and it oh, and you don't feel it in your thigh. So the Wegovy pin doesn't have a clicker? And then you started in your stomach first, but then after the arms, I noticed more weight loss. Oh, nice. Mm, mm. It is yummy. It's like having a treat. Like, if we're instead of having, let me try to move this gimbal. Know what it's doing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's like it tastes really good. Um, you can add cinnamon, you can add vanilla to it and give it like some depth of flavor. You can make if you just like gingerbread, you can do gingerbread without that brownie butter. If you have Devotion Nutrition, like the variety pack, you can use the brownie butter for waffle. You could use the salted waffle. It's like a salted caramel waffle. And as you can see over here, I have the skinny mixes. I had stopped buying them for a while because my doctor was trying to get me off of the fake sugars. But you know what? It's the holidays. And as long as I don't have them too often, I think it's okay. So toasted marshmallow. And they now have these pink pumps. I think they're cute and fun. I'm all about having fun these days. Sugar cookie. And I usually get the ones that I want to put in my coffee, or I could put them in the waffle. Butter toffee, I'm really big on my coffees. And then I think this would be good for a water. I haven't opened this one yet. It's a grenadine. That would give it a nice color and flavor. This one's almost gone. It's a salted caramel. Let's see. I think I have something like that. And oh, okay, wait, what else do I have? Oh, s'mores. That one's good. So s'mores, yep, I put that in my coffee. And oh yes, I have a gingerbread one. So I could have like even intensified the gingerbread flavor if I wanted to. And then I have a coconut. The coconut one's kind of old. And I always wondered like how long do these actually last? So I got a little spinny lazy Susan. I think I bought that at Walmart or Amazon. Oh, maybe I ordered it from Amazon. And then at Ross, I think it was, I found some there. Okay, no, it's this one I got on TikTok shop. Why is my camera? Okay, banana. I haven't made anything, haven't opened that one yet. And I have a chocolate salted pretzel. So that's what I do whenever if I want to taste things that make me feel like I'm having a dessert. Peppermint mocha. So yeah, it's just finding ways to make things and making them to where, for me, I have to watch all the sugars. Um, so I can't have a lot of sugar. I'm a little lactose intolerant and but I'm insulin resistant. I'll leave this out. Insulin resistant and and then what you can get, getting myself over here. You could put these, you guys probably have heard of skinny mixes, but it's a chocolate syrup and you could put that on top of your coffee. Let me see if I have an example for you. Now, sometimes it kind of like squirts a little crazy. And let's see if this one is open. No, it hasn't been opened yet. Okay. So I got one that was like a pumpkin. I have a salted caramel, another kind of chocolate. And they have these new lids that they kind of like, and it's good in the to keep in their fridge to kind of help coagulate, like make it thicker. So they have these new lids that make it easier to squeeze out. Oh, you love chaffles. Yeah, right? I know I hadn't made them for a couple years. So this one squirts really good. So if you were like, you get through your cup and you like squirt the inside of the cup, it makes it look prettier and then you get a little bit of the taste too. Just bought the salted caramel mixer. Yes, from the skinny mixes. Let me see if I missed any comments. Start with your stomach, then your arms, and you notice more weight loss. Yeah. So I didn't know that the Wegovy pen didn't have the clicker, the little button. So that does make it harder. If you were trying to do your back of your arms and you had the clicker, I mean you don't have the pen that you could just push. You might have to. I'm trying to think, can you do it without somebody helping you? Hmm. You'd have to be really coordinated. 'Cause you'd have to have your needle and you're like grabbing it like this. Or I have had somebody tell me you can rest your arm against a countertop. Maybe you're resting it against something where you're kind of like holding up the fatty part, and then you could inject it that way. Wonder if I could. I feel like it's weird. I feel like one time I was able to hold the fat. See all this extra skin now. Nobody talks about that. I would need help in arm. Yeah. Right? But yeah, one time I had somebody tell me that you could rest your arm on a countertop. So that's interesting. Okay. So if you had one of the pins, and some people who do the compounded, um, they would not have an injection. Let's see if I can get this to come down. Let me take off the tracker. I think, okay. So if you squatted down like this, there's a lot of stuff that you'd have to through to do it. But this right here would get my fat up in there. I'm gonna have to charge my phone to where I have some fat there, and I could inject this way. So you could try this. So I'm putting my arm on the countertop. I'm pushing up the skin, and then obviously before you get down, you would wear a tank top because it's a lot easier to get to your skin that way. And then you would clean it, get your injection ready, and then squat down, get down here, and then you could inject into that part. Yeah, that would be hard. Oh, I I mean, I know that they were talking about how we might not get when they were having all the shortages that they might get rid of um, the pins, and I mean, it seems very wasteful. And you know that I have such a collection. I need to take my pins to the recycling place where you can take biohazards. Wow. Yeah. I'm so glad that it was helpful to people. I had maybe at least three people who came back and told me that it helped them. But I hadn't heard from anybody who said, "Yeah, and guess what? It worked." But one person, oh, you kept all your pins? So, and I didn't really want to keep them on purpose. It's just a hassle because I was lucky enough to have a big tub the first time, and I didn't know where the shipping box was that you could ship it back. And then we got at the pharmacy, I have to ask for those. I'm gonna drink some water. I have to ask for those containers, the Sharps containers, because they don't offer them to you. I'm guessing because it costs them money too. Um, and apparently, we have a facility. They gave me a paper of where I could take it, and I feel like it'd be easier to take it instead of having to worry about taping it and shipping it off. But I know it's a prepaid label. Try my thighs. I know. Maybe well, let's all try our thighs this next time and see what happens. So let me make sure. Lisa, you meant the outer thigh, right? And and you alternate between the left leg or the right leg. I know like the upper part. Let me see if I can the upper thigh or the outside thigh, would you so you could like pinch the skin right here and inject that way. Seems like that would work because there's not that muscle. If you pinch the skin and you get the fatty part, you do the middle upper thigh. I gotta figure out what that means. Okay, let's see. So maybe it's my anatomy in my head. Okay, so I'm always thinking thighs are right here, but in that book it says here. So is it the top of your leg, the inner middle, or the outer middle? Because you mentioned middle. So that's like the middle part right here. Is it the top, inner, or outer? Somebody, I saw something where someone made some type of art out of her pins. The top. Oh, and it didn't hurt? Like, because to me or maybe it's because I didn't pinch the skin up to where there was fat, and or maybe it's just the way my body is now. Why isn't my phone charging? Mm, I'm at 20%. Gotta make sure I don't die on here. That's weird. My phone is, like, super hot. The top. Okay. And do you know that some people inject in the inside? You p you pinch the muscle. Do you have very much like, can you grab any fat on top of the muscle? Because I was thinking, 'cause they always say, like, it should be in the fatty part, right? Um, oh, one of my friends just told me that she injected into there was a part of her and it was a muscle, and it really hurt her. What was it that she did? Her calf. It was her calf, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that somebody told you to do it in your calf." Oh, okay. Wow. Muscular you have muscular legs, but it works fine. Okay. Yeah, because 'cause I've been doing a lot of squats now, and now that I can, I've been doing, like, sumo squats, and I get on the shake plate, the vibration plate, and that helps with my lymphedema in my legs, and so also it helps with that muscle recovery. Sounds like I need to feed the dogs. Um, so the shake plate, I do my squats and stuff, so I have a lot more muscle than I used to over here. Well, ladies, it's 5:01. I guess it's a good time to wrap up, let me just grab the last truffle, and hopefully this one is not burnt. It's still kind of a brown, but it's brown because of the brownie butter and it has the chocolate. And wow, it is hot. So, mm, oh wow, the chocolate is hot too. So yeah, this I really like this devotion, nutrition, protein when it comes to baking because it really gives you that bread texture. And then and you guys probably all know like with the chaffles, originally it was like cheese and the egg, and you can make it all kinds of different things. Yeah, it was so nice to chat, guys. I know I really should try to find like a regular time, like a lot of people, but yeah, just life gets busy. I'm not sure what day would work. Um, so I've been thinking about it for a couple days. I'm like, I need to do a live. All right. Well, it was nice talking to you guys. Thank you for being here. I love the instant back, comments back and forth so I can actually see what people maybe if they have any comments or questions. And yeah, so thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Bundle up. I know it's about dinner time, so I'm going to feed these dogs and then I need to prep and make some taco meat. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, welcome, Maria. If I'm not following you, I'm going to hit right now, make sure I'm following. You have a channel. Let me see. Does it let me? I don't know if it lets me follow you yet. So afterwards, I'll go back to the comments and make sure I'm following you. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.